her splendor, know only my heart. Call back my rose, rose of sand and tone, lips so sweet and tender, like petals falling apart. Speak once again of my love, my own low broken songs, empty words I know that live in my heart all alone. For that moonlit path beside the Alamo, and rose my rose of San Antonio. Somebody.
And then it was early 30s. And that's when the radio shows were real popular back then. And they started a radio show, and of course the sponsor was Horace Mills, the Nyquist Flour. And just like Dolly Parton and Porter Wagoner had Snowy Bleach, you know, there was always a...
Of course, they had the markets, the farm markets on that radio station, so everybody listened to the station.
When the Lycra Dough Hour came up, everybody would turn their radios on and sit there. There was no TV or anything. So back in those days, when, you know, back in the Depression and back in the days when things were scarce, that was a big thing to sit around the radio, and it kind of took your mind off the hard times. Rural communities and things like that. So, and the big band there kind of was in there too, but they were able to make later on they were able to make the same sound as big bands, only using you know, steel guitar, fiddles, twin fiddles, and things to make it sound like a bigger.
Don't you sigh, the sun is shining, no more pining, just we two, smiling through. Don't sigh, don't cry, bye bye, bye bye blue.
So Hal, I'll pose a question to you that I got to ask. What's up with all the talking in the Bob Wills music?
The talking.
All the talking.
Yeah. Well, you know, there's a song that says, "What makes Bob holler?"
Yeah.
And you know, in one of the albums I have, it's For the Last Time, but Bob Wills was kind of. And you know, it's like, well, what makes Bob holler? And he goes, well, when a pretty girl flirts, you know, with her big brown eyes, oh, I holler. Or when a pretty girl comes up and says she likes my fiddle, like, oh, I holler. But it was really, from what I've read and stuff, it goes back to, he was like it was more than just the music, he made people laugh. I mean, because here you are, you have these great bunch of musicians, and all of a sudden you have this, like, fresh guy, you know, what I mean fresh is like, you know, the bad boy goes, ah, and then in some of the stuff you hear when they're playing live, he'd say, don't leave, we're almost done.
Oh, Mr. Howray.
Walk and talk to Susie, walk and talk to Susie, walk and talk to Susie, try to walk and talk to Susie. Whoa, take me back to Tulsa, I'm too young to marry. Take me back to Tulsa, I'm too young to marry. We always wear a great big smile, we never do look sour. We travel all over the country, playing music by the hour. Oh, take me back to Tulsa, I'm too young to marry. Take me back to Tulsa, I'm too young to wed thee.